Hello, everyone. Welcome to our reading of Acts of God by Quin. Really excited for this one. We've been practicing a lot. Wait, is Brinden here? Hey! Okay. We've been practicing for it and we're really excited. I really love this show and I think it has a great message. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I'd like to introduce the cast. So I'm Paige Cummings. I'm the host. Karis Brizendine is playing Mother. Will Potts is playing Father. Olivia Billings is playing Fiancé. Quin Potter is playing Youngest. Bryce Edwards is playing Man on the Radio / program host. Grace Favarro is playing Eldest. And Brinden Harvey is playing Middle. So yeah, we're going to take one intermission. So be ready for that. Please remember that these readings are completely free. Thank you everyone to donate to our showcase fund. This week and for the entire month of June, we're asking for donations to the Cleveland Bailout Fund for the Black Lives Matter movement. We all believe that this is the most important thing to be donated to right now. So thank you so much for watching. We're gonna get started here. So is everybody ready?
Ready.
And next week's show that I know the name of,
Everlasting Chocolate Therapy.
Everlasting Chocolate Therapy by Stephen Hyatt. Okay, so let's begin. Okay. Friday, the 13th, April 2029. God is coming. The common room of a simple single-story home. There is a living area with a couch and a couple of occasional chairs. There is a dining area with a round table. Front door is upstage, slightly left to center. To the right of it is a recess with a picture window, a single pane, wide. Through it, we see a desert landscape with a mostly clear late evening sky featuring the appropriate chromatic accoutrements. A wide bench-like seating area forms the sill of this window. At stage right is the entrance to a hallway, which, if you could travel it, would take you to a manner of bedrooms and bathrooms. Stage left, closer to the dining area, is a swinging door, which gives access to the kitchen. Places decorated simply, not incredibly stylish, perhaps a little distasteful, but not garish. And certainly personal. Pictures of the family here and there, some trinkets, shot glasses, and the like from travels. Somewhere there are books on shelves. Somewhere is the wall where there is a clock. Sometimes you might hear it ticking, but most times you might not even notice. All of it looks unmistakably real. A woman, Mother, in her mid-60s, sits at a dining table going through a heap of mail, saving very little, dropping most of it into a small, out-of-place wastebasket on the floor next to her. She is dressed in a gigantic muumuu. A father, of contemporaneous age to Mother, is seated in one of the occasional chairs, his chair, trying to read a book. Meditations. There are various surfaces about the place. The sideboard is just stage left of the front door, and upstage is the dining area, which is home to a mini radio, which is turned on and tuned to a station at which an interview is in process. Father is getting rather annoyed with the radio, but he tries to keep focused.
An ultra-rare celestial light show. I like that, a celestial light show. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Apophis, an asteroid scientists first observed in 2004. Today's the day, Friday the 13th of April 2029, that some were concerned that it might hit us. But instead, we've been treated to a heavenly spectacle as Apophis whizzed by at, now let's see, between 18,600 and 19,400. So about 19,000 miles. Thank you. About 19,000 miles above our planet's surface. Right. Now, 19,000 miles. For some of you at home or headed home in your teapods, the Earth's circumference is only about 25,000 miles. So that's...
Father gives the radio a murderous look, looking to his oblivious wife. Sighs, struggles on.
Wow, well, that's really close. Exactly, really close. Wow. Now, we are running out of time on this segment, but before you go, Doctor, I just wanted to ask you, what's up with the name? Right, so Apophis is the ancient Egyptian snake god. Oh, snake god? Scary stuff. Sure, for your Freaky Fridays the 13th. So anyway, Apophis is the bringer of darkness and chaos, essentially the ancient Egyptian explanation for the nighttime. I see. And it was thought that during the night, Ra, the main god, oh, well, I've heard of him. Yeah, he's a pretty popular guy, Ra. So the Egyptian sun god, the number one guy, Ra, would be tangled up in an epic battle with Apophis all night long. But being the hero, he would naturally prevail and bring forth a new day, explaining the cycle of day and night. Now,
Father shuts the book, looks at Mother, who notices nothing.
Now, isn't that interesting? So, if you have the possibility, even the remotest one, of a celestial object descending from the sky and bringing with it eternal darkness and chaos, a cataclysm to extinguish humankind, well, you got to go with the name Apophis, right? Exactly, you've got to go with Apophis. Apophis 1, humanity 0. Well, that about does it for this segment. Thank you, Doc. Next up, we have...
Father, having crossed to the radio, has clicked it off, crosses back to the book and chair.
Hey, I was listening to that.
Well, I was reading.
So?
So I can't do both?
Well, I was doing the mail.
That's different. Doesn't require as much focus. It's not reading.
Bullshit. You don't just gaze at the mail, you have to read it, understand it, and make a decision about it. So actually, it's more complicated. You just can't multitask.
Because it doesn't exist. Multitasking is a concept women use against men to make them feel silly.
Here we go.
No, really, tell me, what were we listening to?
Something about a comet.
An asteroid? What was its name?
Imhotep?
Apophis. How close did it come to us?
19 million miles.
19,000. I rest my case.
Oh, golly gee, how come you know so much about old prophets?
Apophis? Because I've been stuck on the same paragraph for the last 10 minutes.
Sounds to me like you've got a problem with priorities.
Maybe, but the case still stands.
I thought it was resting.
But Hey, I make the dad jokes around here. You do mail, I do books.
Oh, I love it when you get all Cro-Magnon.
You really?
Ugh.
Father, dejected, resumes reading. Mother, disgusted, has never stopped sorting. A bit of silence, then...
You know, it's 2029. We're 100% solar. No one even drives anymore. You'd think we'd be done with junk mail or paper mail at all, for that matter.
Honey, please, I want to get through this section before the kids start arriving.
Okay, sorry.
More readings left sorting in relative silence. Then Mother, softly but audibly, begins to classify the mail out loud. Junk goes in the wastebasket. Rest goes in a neat pile on the table. Father's frustration builds the while.
Junk. Bill. His junk.
Father, at peak frustration, begins to read aloud from the book. Mother continues, unperturbed.
You have no leisure to read books. What then? You have leisure to check your insolence. It is in your power to be superior to pleasure and pain, to be deaf to charm of ambition. It is in your power not only to forbear being angry with people that are fully inaugurated, but over and above to cherish their interests and take care of them. Stop!
Mother spins and looks at Father.
It's Apophis 99942, an asteroid discovered in 2004 and given a 2.4% chance of colliding with Earth, named after Apophis, the Egyptian snake god, bringer of darkness and chaos, who fights a night-long battle with the sun god Ra. Pretty popular guy, which Ra wins, bringing the dawn upon your Freaky Friday, the 13th of April, 2029. We just got ourselves a rare celestial light show, but anything like 19,000 miles closer, and it'd be Apophis 1, humanity 0. Multitasking.
Father silent, stares. Mother casually turns back to the mail, resumes.
Junk. Oh, what's this?
Opens door, revealing a man in his mid-30s and a woman, fiancé, both in her early 20s, both dressed smartly with overnight bags between them.
Dad,
How was the ride? Did you pot it up?
we got a lift. Way cheaper.
Of course. That is wise. Get a wink or two?
No, can't really sleep on drones. All the wobbling gets me nervous.
You're not kidding. Got your nail marks in my palms to prove it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
You must be...
Yep, this is her. The woman I'm going to marry.
So pleased to finally meet you.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
An awkward silence. Clock almost imperceptible, but still present. Little breaks toward mother, who is still struggling with the same piece of post.
Pa, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, baby. Can you open this?
Sure. Joint swelling again?
No, not since we moved out here.
It is tough.
Try ripping it.
You sure? I mean, it's so...
Yeah, sure. It's probably an elaborate con from one of those loony lunar retirement communities.
I don't know about that. It looks ancient. It won't tear.
Right. You're my little brainiac, aren't you? I'll see what your father can do about it. Here.
Hands it off to father, who begins his attempts, turns to fiancé.
Hi, you. I'm the first woman in his life. Just a joke, dearie.
Oh, nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Better have. Lost a lot of blood over that one.
So I've heard. You're a very brave woman.
Father, who has begun mightily striding with the vellum, shifts to different part of the stage, attempting in various ways to get leverage over it.
I thank God for it. She made me that way.
She?
Of course. What a tragedy if God was a man. He'd take an eternity to make a blade of grass and then boast about it for twice as long. See, all scripture refers to humans as being created in God's image, and I am woman. I don't see any.
Huh?
Nail marks?
Oh, probably gone by now.
Come here.
Gives her a long, incredibly tight hug.
Welcome to our home.
Thank you, sweetie.
That's Mom. Squeeze the life out of you if you let her. You'll get used to it.
Mother lets go, laughing heartily, fiancé winded. Middle crosses to his lady love and plants a paternal kiss on the top of her head. Father's jihad has become impossible to ignore. They watch him a moment, the clock gently scoring the action. He is breathing heavily in a ridiculous position. Finally,
Dad, you okay?
Yep, just fine.
You sure?
Yep, I got it.
they watch him a bit longer. Now he's on his back, exhausted. Finally, he gives up.
Take it away.
Mother crosses casually over and snatches it from him. Suddenly, fiancé extends a limp-wristed hand.
Want me to try?
Mother starts laughing. Father gets up slowly, sits in one of the occasional chairs.
Mom, I mean, come on.
I'll just wait for your brother. He'll get it done.
Mom, let her help.
Really, it's no problem.
Mother considers, then calls fiance's bluff.
All right, come and get it, dearie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
She walks over tentatively, delicately takes the vellum from Mother. Before she can bring her other hand to commence her attempt, the vellum slips out of her hand.
Oops.
Vellum hits the floor and all the lights go out.
What the?
What happened?
Power outage, baby.
Not possible. Those cells are loaded with sunlight. I'm gonna go look at the panels.
Wait, I'll get you a candle.
No, need. Here, Dad. Just use my floodlight app.
Ooh, is that the S20s?
Sure is.
How do you like it?
I love it. It has all the fixings, 300 megapixels, ultra depth main camera. I mean, 240 megapixel secondary snappers, full 360 hollow capability, built-in 3D printer, a self-sterilizing compartment for your smart lenses, and a safe stream laser clipper for your toenails. But this floodlight app is really something else. Somehow boosts your main flash to something like 800 lumens of like.
Middle engrossed in the device, trips over something in the dark. The S20 goes flying, lands on a hard surface, and breaks, finally and irreparably. A moment.
Shit, man. Fuck.
Don't make them like they used to, huh?
I'll get that candle now.
Navigates to sideboard and accesses a drawer, retrieves a candle, a holder, and a box of matches.
You want me to help?
Just a candle.
I know, but you're arthritis. I can light it if you want.
I'll be all right.
Ma, just let her out.
All right. Come here, dearie. Light this candle for your poor, decrepit mother-in-law to be.
Okay, absolutely.
She begins crossing over with extreme care, stubs her toe.
Ow.
Oh, sweetie, be careful.
I'll be okay.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Brave girl.
Honey,
Ma.
No, it's okay. Haha, she's just joking. I mean, I get it.
Fiancé finally makes it over to Mother.
Hallelujah. Welcome to the sideboard, girl. Now, let there be light.
Okay, here goes.
He attempts one match, it breaks. Attempts a second one, that breaks. Attempts a third, a small spark, but no flame. Before she can try it again, it slips from her hand and falls to the floor.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay, dearie. Take a break. Mummy's got this.
Mother, on the first attempt, lights the candle, puts it in the holder. Using the light, finds more candles and holders in other compartments. Lights them all, turns to fiancé.
Here, dearie, go put this, on second thought, baby, put these on the,
I'm on it, Mom.
Mother hands him a couple. Candles colonize the living room. The space begins to flicker warmly. Mother gives one last look to Father.
now, go save us from the darkness and the chaos, sun god.
A man, youngest, in his late 20s, appears at the door.
What's this? A ritual sacrifice?
there he is.
Mother rushes him and plants a kiss on him. Father and Middle move a little closer and await their turns to hug him. Fiancé stands at the sideboard alone.
Bob! Seriously though, what's going on, you guys?
Power just went out.
In the desert? Impossible.
Improbable. Your father was just on the way out to have a look at the panels.
Need any help?
Nope, I'm okay, sport. Please, sit.
I can help.
You'll be more comfortable.
Here.
Cool.
Father escapes with a candle.
He'll be back for the fob to the shed in about 30 seconds.
Huh?
Just watch.
Oh my god, bro, is this your
Yep, sure is.
man? He's been hiding you away. You guys been together like what, 5 years? And this is the first time I'm meeting your fiance? Weirdo. Hi, I'm
Youngest has just stepped on something. He looks down.
what the? Whoa, is that an S20?
Was.
What happened?
Call it an act of God. Less distraction, more family time.
Good one. She already covered her theory of God with you? My theory is that she thinks she is God.
Well, closest example you've got. 60% of your family came from here.
Gross.
Not gross, just gospel.
Yeah, the gospel according to St. Cooter.
They laugh heartily. Fiancé tries to hide her horror. Father appears at the door.
Oh, called it.
Mother silently goes to where the fob is kept, picks it up, and tosses it to Father, who catches it.
Nice catch, Pop.
Thank you.
How come you guys are still using fobs anyway?
Yeah, put in some retinal scanners at least.
And convince your father. Says it's a waste of money.
Of course. That is wise.
Man, you two are just alike.
Yeah, except when he leaves the house, he leaves the house. But your father, I'm sure to see him 8 more times before I know he's gone.
That is so true.
I'll give her a look except Middle, who crosses to her smiling and gently places a hand on her crown.
I talk about you guys all the time.
He really does.
Ooh.
Awkward pause. Youngest looks around at all the litter. Matches, broken S20, vellum.
God, lights are out, matches scattered, phones broke. It's only Friday night. At this rate, there won't be a house left by Sunday. What's this?
He stoops and picks up the vellum. Instantly, the lights come back on.
Ooh, Dad must have found a fix.
He's a badass.
He is good for some things.
Lay off, Ma. Why you gotta give him such a hard time?
I'll trust you to lay off me until you've had to spend a lifetime with that man.
Can't be so bad if you stuck around.
Be long gone if it wasn't for you 3.
What do we have to do with it?
Nice.
You don't know what it is to have kids.
Great. This thing again.
Well, you don't. You have kids, and one by one, your options start disappearing.
Oh, so we've all held you hostage?
My devotion to you has held me hostage, yes.
Please, such a drama queen.
You guys.
All right, that's enough. You're becoming a carbon copy of your sister.
Carbon copy? What is it, 1980? And what's so awful about being like sis?
I said enough.
Silence. Then Fiancé, whose attention has been locked on Youngest, tries the waters.
You are just like I imagined you. I've heard so many stories about all of you, and I feel like I know you already. He talks so much about you, his little brother. God, I mean, he loves you. He says you were quite a character, that you came out born with a mohawk. You must have been so adorable.
Youngest slowly turns to her with a not so pleasant look. Father returns with his candle.
Did y'all do something?
What do you mean?
The lights, they just came back on by themselves.
We thought you did something.
No, I just got to the maglev ladder out when I saw the lights come back on, so I came back.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah. Weird.
What is this thing?
An ancient mystery.
What?
Nobody knows. None of us can even open it.
Well, I never really got a chance.
Come on, you guys. How hard can it be?
He attempts to open it, all watched bemused. Eventually, he grows frustrated with this endeavor.
God damn it.
He throws the vellum on the floor. The instant it lands, the power goes out again, back in candlelight.
What?
Ken?
Really? I guess I should have let the mag light out. Where's my fob?
Wait, don't go anywhere. Baby, pick that up off the floor.
Youngest obliges. The instant the vellum comes off the floor, the power restores.
What the?
Whoa. Okay.
A moment, then Youngest double checks the theory, places it down. The lights go out. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on.
Okay. It's a curse.
It's a mystery.
Hmm.
He puts it on the coffee table.
It's
With
impossible.
her.
Huh?
Who?
She means God.
She's catching on.
Thank you.
What makes you think that?
Got an explanation?
No.
Maybe it's a new kind of wireless hacking device. You feel some kind of transponder in there.
It's flat, light, like nothing's inside.
It's God.
But how do you know that, sweetheart?
Mother's intuition, sweetheart. Who else would communicate to us in this way?
Okay, let's say he is.
Excuse me?
Sorry. Let's say she is trying to communicate with us. What's the message? Be more energy conscious? Turn off some lights?
Don't be ridiculous.
No, he's got a point. We should be asking what she wants with us.
We gotta get that thing open. Here, sweetie, hold on one side of it, and I'll pull on the other.
He picks up the vellum and goes to hand it to Fiancé. She lets it drop again. Lights out.
He wants us to pray. Like this, in the dark.
What are we supposed to pray about?
Maybe about the asteroid. You guys hear about it?
Yeah, but that thing's history now. It's no threat.
Good point.
Baby, we don't just pray for protection. We also pray to give thanks.
Fair point, family. Let's gather around and give thanks to God for sparing us from the doom.
They begin to congregate in the center of the room around the vellum.
Everyone, take off your shoes.
They do.
Everyone, sit on the floor.
They do.
Make a circle.
They try, adjusting themselves in relation to one another, and the vellum in the center takes a moment. But everyone settles in a relatively perfect circle, sitting cross-legged, except for Fiancé. She's a tad off.
Move a little out, dearie.
She budges imperceptibly.
A little bit more.
She does.
More.
She does.
Keep going. Keep going. And stop right there. Yes.
Fiancé freezes in the most awkward position.
Relax, dearie. Sit like a human.
She does. Middle consoles her, rather paternally.
Who wants to start?
I'll do it, Dad.
That's my boy.
Middle clears throat. All close their eyes, lift their hands up to their chest, about chest height, palms facing upward.
In the name of the Almighty, I ask permission to lead us in prayer.
The authority rests with God.
I seek your permission, God.
God grants permission to the pious.
Amble over. He takes the beat and begins. At some point during the following ceremony, a woman, eldest, on the verge of 40, will appear at the door and stand apart watching.
We lift our hands in the name of God, most powerful and most gentle. All credit is yours, O God of all that is president of Judgment Day. Almighty God, lead us not into cursed ways, but save us from perils. Forgive our faults as we strive to forgive ourselves. You are our navigator, and you are our guide. Lead us through the dark to the righteous path upon which you, most beloved, have traveled.
Congregation bows at a 45-degree angle, hands over their heads in a posture that suggests something like, please don't hit me.
You are light, you are love, you are perfect. We are dirt, we are dust, we are sinners. You are the beginning and the end. We are nothing. You are our father, our mother, our master. We are your charges, your children, your servants. We need your constant grace. You need no one.
Back to previous posture, hands lifted, palms up.
O Lord of the universe, O sustainer, O light of all lights, we pray in the name of the supreme apostle, in the name of the one Messiah, in the name of the great prophet, in the name of the remains of each age, the saints who brought your miracles to bear, the pristine philosophers who brought your wisdom to bear, the shamans who brought your healing grace to bear, the scythes and the spears who are your silent surrogates on earth, in the name of our ancestors, whom you have purified with your cleansing light, and in the name of the high arched, who is the guardian and revealer of your will.
They begin rubbing their foreheads with their fingertips in a circular motion. Left hand clockwise, right hand counterclockwise. Fingers meeting periodically at the third eye.
In the name of all these, we throw ourselves at your mercy. Offer up your gratitude and request entrance to your infinite kingdom when time shall come according to your will and divine direction.
Congregation looks over its right shoulder.
God is present.
God is present.
Congregation looks over left shoulder.
God is
God is mad.
Congregation looks directly up.
God
God
will
will come again.
Then
They turn to one another with deep eye contact and touch palm to palm, reciting the following wish.
May
May
you
you see God's
God's
face.
face.
When each person has greeted each other person, they slap the right side of their own faces. Then the left. And they finish with a solid clap of the hands.
That was beautiful. I'm starved. What's for dinner?
They all rise to greet her.
welcome home.
What's good, Lady Cakes?
Sporadic hugs and kisses and such.
My firstborn. Come give your mother a hug.
Eldest obliges, submitting to a trade park rib-crushing hug.
Same as ever, eh? Front of the pack, outdoing them all.
How are you, baby?
I'm fine, but more importantly, what are you doing? I mean, I like the ambiance, but seriously, we're a little out of season for ghost stories.
Not a minute in the house and you're already rubbing our noses in your godless agenda.
That's my family.
Easy, Ma. It's a little weird is all. Since when do we sit by candlelight and pray to junk mail?
That's not junk mail. It's what do you call it?
Talisman.
A talisman. Thank you.
It's not just a talisman, it's a holy relic.
Like I said, not to be undone.
It is.
Well, okay then, let's get it up off the floor.
Up, lights flash up.
Thank you, whoever did that.
They all give each other incredulous looks behind/around her.
Whoever did that, God did that.
Really?
Eldest dramatically crosses to the light switches by front door. Clearly in on position. Flips them off. Lights out. Flips them on. Flips them out. Flips them on. Her point is made. She takes a bow.
Kneel and repent. Who's first?
Let me help you with your things.
We can do it.
Oh, Dad, I got it.
No, I insist. You've had a long trip. Follow me.
Okay.
They exit down the hallway to bedrooms with luggage.
You know, it's one thing when you get smart around me, I can handle it. But your father is a sensitive soul.
Yes, sis. And he's getting old. Try a little tenderness.
You got to.
Good one.
Two of you, OMG.
OMG? Really, Ma? Like, 0 people say that anymore. Only certain endangered species.
Like Facebook users.
Mm.
Hey, speaking of holy acronyms, what is this thing anyway? It's so
Beautiful.
Old.
nondescript.
I already told you what it is.
Right. God as pen pal. Then why haven't you opened it yet?
Father and youngest share a knowing laugh.
Now go ahead, Lady Cakes.
Eldest easily breaks the seal, opens letter, and pulls out the page within. Holds it over her head.
Who wants it? Bitcoin.
How did
There's
Yeah.
none.
It's-
I told you, kneel and repent.
Heathen, give me that.
Snatches it from Eldest, crosses away and examines it carefully. Youngest looks over her shoulder. Over a moment as they behold it. Tick, tock, tick, tock.
You know, I wasn't kidding about being starved. When do we eat?
Hold up, sis.
It's gorgeous.
It's crazy.
Ever seen anything so
So breathtaking. No. Is that real gold?
probably
It's blinding.
divine?
It's
Absolutely.
definitely not in English.
Let me see that. There's nothing on this page.
Blasphemer.
Bill and Fiancé come running back in, exuberant and excited. Fiancé holds a picture frame attached to a pedestal upon which are 2 brass baby shoes. There is a baby glamour shot of youngest contained.
Oh my God.
Guys, she's done up our rooms exactly as they were in the old house.
Like exactly.
And look, we found this in your room.
So cute.
Youngest takes the frame from her rather briskly.
Wait, exactly like the old house?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
He rushes out, brushes by father, who has come back in from the hallway.
Is he all right?
Finally realizing he's home. That's all.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Youngest returns from the hallway in distress.
I'm 28 years old, Ma. I'm not spending the weekend sleeping in a twin-sized plastic Ferrari.
You could be 88, but you'll always be my baby.
All the ways.
I'm crashing on the couch, man.
Suit yourself.
Kisses him, extends sacred page to father.
Honey, can you make this out?
Look, sweetie, it's the
I know, Ma. Did you?
Wow, huh? I've never seen any language quite like. Oh my God, it's apostuma.
What?
Huh?
Apostuma.
Apostuma, the universal language of revelation. See, people think the scriptures were revealed through the language of their old age and place, but that's a misconception. Those languages were used to record scripture, not to receive revelation. Apostuma is God's tongue and language that cannot be read or heard or spoken.
That's useful.
Watch it.
No, I mean it. A language that can't be read, heard, or spoken. A perfect strategy for any sociopath to siege power over people. Truly a great tool.
You are a great tool. Go on, honey.
Wait, she's got a point. Pop, if you can't read it, hear it, or speak it, how do you know it was apostuma?
Well, I don't really.
Eldest begins laughing. All turn to stare at her.
I'm sorry. Go on, Dad.
No, that's okay.
Oh, come on, honey. We all want to hear what you have to say. You can do it.
Well, okay. I don't know it, nobody knows it, but all the holy men have given their closest accounts of Apostuma, and this looks to me like exactly what's in those accounts. Shapes no man has seen, a brilliance almost blinding, no discernible place to begin or end. So I guess I don't know, but I don't have an explanation, so I trust.
You are a beautiful, tender-hearted man. How do we figure out what it says?
Well, all the stories that are at the moment of revelation, the high archangel appears with the message and commands the receiver to read,
And?
and then they just read.
Huh.
I can't believe you kids don't remember this stuff. I used to teach it to you all the time.
I remember it
Really?
vividly. It was one of my favorite parts of growing up.
Thank you.
Thank you. I never believed them, but those stories were transportive, seductive, and you were a master at telling them. I wouldn't be a writer today if it wasn't for you and those stories.
Oh, see what you've
That's
done.
something.
This is all very touching, you guys. But I've seen too much weird shit today not to know what that thing says. How do we figure it out?
What weird shit. The only weird shit I've seen here today is your behavior. We're all acting super crazy.
Would you just... Pop, what do we do?
Well, I guess we just wait for the high archangel.
All except Eldest look up silently, expecting something.
Seriously, is nobody else hungry?
All shush her and look back desperately.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Read.
The instant she leaves, lights sound shift to something frightening or powerful. All except Father menacingly cup their hands, placing them behind their ears. They look absent, but appear as though they are receiving a signal. Father, as if he's possessed, places the sacred document on his forehead. His mouth forms a gigantic O. A sound comes out. It's like any human sound. A beautiful, terrifying whale song. Musical drones, the sound of Lago detecting black holes colliding. Suddenly it all stops. They're visibly exhausted and look to each other, knowing, a tad panicked.
God is
Coming to dinner.
tomorrow night, Saturday,
Saturday, April
14th,
14th.
2029.
14th. What is going on, man?
There's so much to do.
I've been preparing for this all my life.
We are lucky.
You were right. Being with your family is always an adventure.
Fiancé gets a look from each family member except Middle, who is unconsciously stroking her hair.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in my car then.
I'll start stringing the lights.
Wait, Dad, I'll come with you, sweetie.
No, I think I'll just stay sitting here.
Whatever you wish.
Kisses her hand and delivers the kiss literally by hand on top of her head. Exits out front with Father.
I've got to plan something spectacular.
I can help.
Save it, dearie.
Cool.
Mother and Eldest dovetail their exit and entrance. Mother too preoccupied to notice Eldest, and Eldest enjoying an apple as she returns.
Where's she headed? I'll determine.
I think that's the kitchen.
Pretty sure I got that part.
Oh, well, I didn't know. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. And
Well, I have. Man, you are a peculiar sort of person, aren't you?
Sorry?
What I meant is, what's gotten into her?
Into who?
Boy, my mother.
Oh,
Are you all right?
me? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay then, where is everybody? What's going on?
Oh, God's coming to dinner.
Say what?
God is coming to dinner
I see.
tomorrow night.
Huh.
Saturday, April 14th, 2029.
I know the date.
Cool.
Are you the High Archangel? Oh.
Are you the High Archangel?
Yeah, sure. I'm the High Archangel. Whatever you say. Who are you?
Well, because you said read, and suddenly the weirdest thing happened.
I said, who are you?
This strange music filled our bodies, and suddenly we knew.
Don't play games with me. Who are you?
Of course, we haven't officially met.
I know who you're supposed to be, but they're all acting like crazy people, and you're the only reason I can figure. So who really are you?
I really am who I'm supposed to be. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, you're good.
I could think so.
All right. Okay. If you really are who you're supposed to be, tell me, how's the sex?
Excuse me?
With my brother. How's the sex? Is he a stallion or what?
I don't see how that's any of your business. So
Come on, Dish. How's he like it? From behind? You on top? Thumb in his ass? Give me the goods.
Okay.
What?
I
Don't swallow. Spit it out.
you I wouldn't know. We're abstaining until we're married.
Okay. Your story checks out.
And you?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I'm a lady killer.
No, not that. Are you the High Archangel?
I am who I'm supposed to be.
Family enters.
She is gonna flip for
Where's the
Guys, the toilet's clogged.
you.
You.
who?
Who are you?
She is who she's supposed to be.
Are you the high?
Oh, give it a rest, will you? I'm your daughter, your firstborn, your biggest project, and your number one disappointment, remember? You know, you like to talk so much about my godless agenda, as if my mere presence among you is demonic. But you're the ones who can never get off the subject. It's God, 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 every waking moment. I feel like I'm drowning in it, like my throat is thick with milk and honey, or my belly is burning with sulfurous fire. I need a break. Can we talk about old furniture, or fruit bats, or how to make the perfect tzatziki? I mean, I guess that's assuming tzatziki is not perfect in itself, which it is, you know, it's in its essence, the platonic form of tzatziki. Man, I'm so fucking hungry. Let's eat, huh? And let's not waste the little time we've got.
She's right.
Phew.
We don't have much time, and we have to come together, all of us.
Thank you, Ma.
Baby, the plunger's in the master bath. Make sure those bathrooms are spick and span. Honey, the extension cords are in the shed behind the box with all the lights.
Oh.
Still in your pocket.
Oh.
Can you boil water without burning yourself or starting a fire or any other side effects?
I can try.
Lionheart, you're in the kitchen with me, dearie. Quick, quick, quick. My baby, my first, my only begotten daughter. God is coming to, wait, hear me out. God is coming to dinner. This is happening, whether you believe in it or not. You're right. Time is running out and I can't predict what's going to happen. All I know is I grew you inside me and bled you into this world. Fed you, nurtured you, held you when you were sick, laughed with you when the world was your playground, and wept for you when it hammered your dreams flat. And when she comes, I want to make sure you'll be with me, that you won't be left behind to perish. Now, I understand I can't control you. I understand I can't make you believe, but please, at the very least, please.
Yes, Ma.
Do not embarrass me in front of God.
Claps her hands, rousing her troops to action, who begin scattering, trying desperately to be industrious.
People, be where you're supposed to be. It's Friday night. The sustainer of the universe, mother of all creation, will walk among us in less than 24 hours. No one knows how precisely she'll arrive or when. So we must work through the night to be ready by dawn. We must prepare, we must cleanse, we must purify ourselves in this house. And above all, we must make absolutely certain that not a soul among us will embarrass me. Exeunt!
They do. And at the same time, an orchestra strikes up with a flourish, and a spotlit mother begins to sing an aria. The lyrics may go something like this. Anything in brackets is meant to be spoken or screamed.
A travel agent. A travel agent, a travel agent is what I thought I'd be, or a teacher. And then he came into my life and sang me into a sweet and stupid stupor. I gave my life so he could live his dream. I took one job, two jobs, so he could finish school. Instead, he finished me and robbed me of my youth, and robbed me of my youth. With his sperm, and now he has to ask me where every little thing is, though it may be inside his hand or sitting on his very face, or in some God-forsaken place where he himself has left it. Oh God, oh my God, he falls asleep mid-sentence, oh my God, oh my God. He never does the taxes. It's always me. And worst of all, oh God, oh my God, he never changes a roll of toilet paper. Is that so hard? But back to his sperm. Well, the youngest a charmer, but so confused, filled with ideas, but can never choose. The second he's perfect, a perfect pet, but cheap as a miser and naive at best. And her, my firstborn child, she's a dyke and a rider, but that's only the start. Purely possessed of a bitter, cold heart, yet the smartest and hardiest, but oh, what's the point? Because she's an atheist! Oh! But oh my God. Now that I know you're coming, my life has re-established meaning. I know that since you are just like me, I know that since you are a lady like me, you sense my pain and disappointment. You understand how much I've given to these, my family, OMG. I know you're coming tomorrow, Saturday, April 14th, 2029. I know you're coming to save me from my family.
Blackout. End of Act 1. Okay. And we're gonna take like a quick 5-minute intermission just to have Karis get some water. Yeah, that was
Incredible.
incredible.
I love that so much. I want the Save Me to be my new ringtone.
Let's see what our fans have to say.
Yes, I will be right back.
So we'll start back at 3:20.
Thank you, 320.
Thank you, 320.
No problem.
I really hope all our fans are enjoying this.
Same. Oh, we should give our shout outs to our people. One sec. Let's thank everyone so much for donating to our BFA Showcase. A reminder that right now we are asking donations to go to the Cleveland Bailout Fund. But we just wanted to go through and thank everyone who donated. So I'm going to list your names off. We do have 2 anonymous donors, not 3, just kidding. So obviously, if you would donate anonymously, I can't see your So thank you to Liam Stilson,
Yay,
Cassie
Liam.
Smith, Kurt Pangrass, Vilma Packard, Lorelei Edwards, Sam Bashwinner, Ryan Edwards, Sam Bashwinner again, and Mary Ellen Gaver, my grandma. Yay! Thank you, everybody.
We can now afford a showcase.
Yeah, so the money will be going to help with our senior showcase for next year. We'll be showcasing in Chicago. We have to go there twice, once in the fall to get headshots done, and then again for the actual showcase. So we're just trying to get as much stuff together right now as we can before we go back to school and everything is crazy. If we go back to school.
Bryce, what you reaching for? You're muted, Bryce. You're muted.
Well, I have this thing here, and it's blocking a light, so it doesn't like have a streak in the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bryce, when are you gonna sing a aria?
Well,
when are you and Karis gonna do a duet?
Well, Will, that's a great question. We've actually had something in the works for I'd say several years now, and I think we're finally ready to do it right now.
Right at this moment.
Right now.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, go.
Go.
Yeah.
Well,
gosh, it is very intense, and
it's very intense. I don't think Zoom is gonna do it any justice.
Could you give us a taste of what it's gonna be like?
As much as we'd love that, it is 3:20, so we must get back to Acts of God by Kareem Bandeely. Okay, so is everyone here? Grace, Favarro, and Brinden, are you both present?
Present.
Freedom. Okay. All right, Act 2. Saturday, 14th, April 29. God is here. It's nighttime, same setting. The place is decorated with all manner of garland and lights and bouquets and whatnot. The table presents evidence of an elaborate meal having been eaten. All are present. Everyone looks as fabulous as they can, all dolled up. How this exhibits may vary from person to person depending on each family member's idea of what dolled up is. These ideas are vastly different. Father, seated in his chair, in combat with sleep, winning some battles but losing the war. Mother at the dining table, hands folded in lap, a bit sobered from what we last saw of her. Eldest in the window seat, bent forward, watching everyone. Fiancé on the couch, Kellyanne Conway style. Middle, standing just behind her, braiding her hair as gently and slowly as one can do. Youngest is pacing a bit, looking back down the hallway, and again, rather expectantly. A nervous moment. Tick, tock.
Well, I thought that went pretty well.
All except Middle, who continues braiding, slowly turn to look at her.
But that's just me.
They resume. their original tasks. Youngest intensely watching hallway. After a moment,
Man, I hope that bathroom passes muster.
Or what? You'll be cleaning toilets in the afterlife?
No, come on. It's just, I feel a bit exposed right now.
You all do, bro.
I always do.
oh. She hides her face, weeps. Middle drops braiding to give her a concerned look. Fiancé's face registers some disapproval at this. Youngest springs to action, rushes over to console her. Father has dozed off.
You okay, Ma?
She'll get over it.
Oh, seriously, sis, have a heart.
Talk on, but love is all you need.
Really funny, Lady Cakes, but this is not a time for jokes.
Sooner or later, love is gonna make you bleed.
Middle, getting visibly upset, bites his lip literally.
Will you do something about her?
Hey, have a heart.
Stop it!
Hey, have a heart.
Man, how did you get this way?
Well, that's a loaded gun.
No, really. I mean, don't you care?
Oh, I'm all caring. I'm just not a tragedy. And even if it was, the most delicious part of tragedy is that it's self-inflicted. She will be all right. She's a diamond.
Mother
No,
looks up.
not a diamond. She's a Lawn's Delight.
What's that?
Among the hardest substances known to man, 50% harder than a diamond, formed when meteorites made of graphite strike to the earth. I mean, it's pretty rare.
He finishes with a raises his eyebrows to Fiancé. She feigns impressed. Good enough for him.
My little genius.
Oh, Ma.
Formed when meteorites strike the earth. Maybe that's why.
I what?
Why I wish old Apophis would have gotten the math right yesterday and come to take me back home.
Don't.
Thank God.
Mother, you can't mean that.
I do. Should have come down here and taken me away yesterday before this happened, before I had to find out that God is a man.
Youngest begins again to console her. Middle helplessly reinvest in his concerned look. A toilet flush is heard from the hallway.
Shh.
They hush and prick their ears, except Father, who is out. Toilet flush resolves. Sound of door opening.
What? He doesn't wash his hands?
He doesn't need to, man. He's the essence of purity.
All quiet. Sound of heavy, measured, purposeful footsteps. They stop briefly. Youngest quietly runs over to peer down the hallway. Shocked at what he sees, he reports in mime to the family that their dinner guest has dribbled on himself, mouthing words if it helps. Turns back to look. A door shuts.
Is he?
Yeah. He's in the computer room. Down for the night, I guess.
A magnificent resonant fart from offstage.
Spoke too soon.
A moment. The aftermath becomes apparent.
Holy shit!
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Powerful stuff.
Eldest rushes to open the front door. All breathe a sigh of relief.
A man. Of all things. Why not a goat? Or a skunk? A toaster? Even anything but a man. It's official. Justice is dead. I'm off to bed. If I'm lucky, I'll wake up tomorrow and this will all have been some absurdist play. Send your father in when he... You know what? Don't bother. Night, kids.
All bid her good night in their ways. She exits down the hallway.
Sweetie, would you?
Certainly, my love.
She sits and he resumes braiding her hair. Youngest and eldest exchange a look.
I haven't seen one in forever.
I'll bet.
What?
As you were.
So, do you really have one?
One way to find out.
Really have what, sweetie?
A computer in the computer room?
Oh, no.
What? Okay, so God is in the computer room,
That is highly debatable.
but there's no computer in the computer room?
Yep.
Everything here is so wonderfully mysterious.
Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
You said it.
Mm-hmm. And that's my wacky, wild, kooky, crazy family.
Oh, have some self-respect, would ya?
What?
Be your own man and stop using us as some kind of aphrodisiac. It's twisted.
That's ridiculous. I'm not.
It is ridiculous. Let me give you some perspective, Kay. Where'd you meet?
Oh, he didn't tell you?
Of course he did, but follow along. Where did you meet my brother?
Well, at school.
Right. Which school?
Northwestern?
Northwestern. Now, where is that?
The Midwest?
You betcha. And why is that?
I don't really...
Because it was founded to serve the Northwest Territory, considered in 1851 to be Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, and a scotch of Minnesota, don't you know? But what happened?
I don't know. I suppose we...
Manifest destiny. A little cat stretch westward and a mountain of Indian bones until the ocean foiled our plans. But we left poor Northwestern back east and never bothered to rename it because people.
People?
Lazy, inert, scared of change, trying always to cling to something solid, i.e. our charming dinner guest, in a universe that is mostly gas photons and inescapable nothingness. We've always called it Northwestern, so let's keep calling it that. Let's just keep doing the same thing we've always done. And so, there once was a computer in the computer room, and so we called it the computer room. And now there's no computer in the computer room, but we've always called it the computer room. So let's just keep doing the same thing we've always done. It's not mystery, it's apathy. And we are neither brave, nor new, nor wacky, nor wild, or anything but ordinary, boring people. Some of us more than others. However deep our denial.
Fiddle is trying desperately not to angry cry.
You can't. You can't.
Sweetie,
Fiddle runs away down the hallway, presumably to his room.
why? Don't you know how much he admires you?
That is actually none of your business. Stop inserting yourself into things.
Inserting. Is that supposed to be some...
Innuendo? No. Admonition? Absolutely.
Is that a threat or something?
It's a life raft. I'm trying to save you. See, I got a bad feeling about tonight, considering the holy squatter in the computer room. But I was born into this. You have a choice. Take a long, hard look and decide. Do you really want to be complicit? If not, get out. I will pay for your luft.
She looks around at everybody, her gaze settling on the pensive youngest.
I'm going in to see if I can help.
She exits.
We're all rooting for you, champ.
Man, you two.
Pardon?
I mean, what happened? It used to be a club for two, and little brother always yipping at the door trying to get the password right. Now, what? You hate each other?
Don't be silly.
What then?
I don't hate him. We just chose paths with no intersections. I can't relate anymore. It's like I chose to live on planet Earth and he lives I don't know, in his legends.
So?
So what am I supposed to do about that?
I don't know. Forget your version of planet Earth the second see him head on.
That's simple, huh? Look, I am a person of my own, one who thinks. I can't just stand around seeing people head on in a perpetual state of vacuousness.
Like?
I don't know.
No, finish it.
Nothing to finish. I'm done.
Okay. Then I'll do it. Like me, right? Isn't that where you were going?
Come on, little man. It's not all what.
No, it's okay, sis. I know. I know I can't I can't hold the candle to the two of you. Hurts, but it's true. He's the announcer. You're the color analyst. I'm the dumb jock.
Please don't say that.
Lawn's delight. Man, I wish I was smart as the two of you. I mean, I didn't know a shred of that shit. Just kind of took it for granted that a diamond was the hardest thing on earth, you know? I heard it, learned it, and lived it. Never thought there was more to it. I mean, when did this happen?
Well, we've known about Lawn's Delight since 1967.
Whoa. I mean, that wasn't what I was asking, but damn. Now I feel even worse.
Don't. When did what happen?
When did I stop asking questions? Like, for example, him.
Him?
The computer room?
Ah, him.
It makes no sense, but I just go along, like you said, doing the same thing I've always done.
Because you have faith?
Kinda.
What do you mean, kinda? You either have it or you don't.
Well, I mean, I thought I had it, but now I don't know. It's all so different than I imagined. Kinda unremarkable.
You were let down.
Yeah.
Didn't live up to your expectations.
Exactly.
Well, now you're speaking my language.
I mean, not that he's not exactly what I pictured. Ancient, big white beard doesn't say much. It's just that now that I see it up close, watching him chew his food.
Man, he threw it down, didn't he?
Yeah, like he hadn't eaten in days.
Yeah.
Now I've seen that. It's not special anymore. Kind of like he's just another person like us.
Uh-huh. Well, there's a reason for that.
Really, sis? What?
That's not God. That is a hobo.
Shh! What if he hears you?
What if he knows it and I know it? He's a hobo.
Now you're going too far.
Oh, it's not that far to go. You're almost there. Take a leap, Padawan. Join the dark side.
I can't.
Of course you can. You thought your way here. Have courage to keep moving. Come on, I'll help.
She crosses to the front door and throws it open.
Come here.
He does. She points off to the distance.
What's that?
I don't know. The desert?
No, that. Running through it. Denying all time and place.
Oh, you mean the...
Yes. Burlington Northern and Santa Fe Railway. And see, that there is a class 2 track, which means a speed limit of 25 for freight.
Man, how do you know this?
Immaterial. Follow me. Now, it isn't all that far from here to the next yard, which means something like a 150 car rig would have needed to slow down to about 10 to 12, and in this stretch, our guest, aware he'll be found out at the freight yard and seeing a lonely house dressed to the nines and lit up like a beacon, figures he'll try his luck, executes a well-considered leap, treks the mile and 3/4 over to this front door, and finds some people inside it who seem already to be expecting him. So, what's for dinner? Whatever you desire, King of Kings.
I don't know, sis. That's just too many things to come together. Hard to believe.
Damn right it is. God, on the other hand, is much easier to believe. A swift, thoughtless answer that leaves us more time for shopping. It's perfect.
Shit, I think you're right. That makes so much sense, sis.
Well, I think so, but that's just me.
No, it's me too. Wow. I feel so much lighter. I've always been so confused by it all, and now I know why. It's because I don't really believe.
I know.
What do you mean you know?
Brother, I've been there. I know. We're the same. Except for one thing.
She approaches a still slumbering father, touches his face gently.
You actually take care of their feelings. Hey, where's a, you know,
What?
what? You didn't forget, did you?
Of course I didn't for. But now?
Then when?
You know he doesn't like it.
Well, then he doesn't have to have any. Now let's get this party started, huh?
What if he wakes up? It would break his heart. I mean, he wouldn't even let us drink root beer when we were young because
Because it had the word beer in it.
Yeah.
I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm the original sinner, remember? Look, he's out, probably for the night, and no one's looking to get shit-faced here. Let's just share a moment, huh?
Angus goes to the window seat, lifts it, pulls the bottle of scotch in 2 glasses, pours out 2 fingers each, gives Eldest one. They clink, they drink, they think.
a little salty, a little sweet.
Butterscotch blanket and arms waiting wide.
You're a lush.
I'm a poet. You're a lush.
Little comes in from the hallway, fiancé close behind, in spirit of support.
Okay. Look, sis. I'm sorry I called you a cunt.
Hey, come on. Watch it, bro.
Beneath you.
Hey, you're getting better at that. Proud of you.
Of course, you would.
Would what, pumpkin? Use your words.
Please don't belittle me. You're always belittling me.
Well, please don't beat around it. You're always circumnavigating, just like...
Dad would be devastated if he saw the two of you just...
Well, keep causing a ruckus, and if will soon be when.
Father snorts. Focus whips to him. He settles. A distant train. They resume in harsh whispers.
I don't know why I expected this to go any other way. It's always the same.
What are you talking about, bro?
This, the two of you,
Oh, get to the fucking point.
spitting in their faces and yucking it up.
Whoa, I'm not spitting in anyone's face.
Sweetie, this is not what we practiced, remember?
Oh my god.
He coached you?
So,
when are you gonna man up and...
Heck, you leave him alone, you big muscly brute.
She punches him a little on the arm, more to touch him than to hurt him. Eldest and youngest share a look and then burst out laughing.
What?
She punches him again in the chest in the same way.
Are you trying to hurt him or feel him up?
Hey, you know what? I got this knot in my back. Do you mind socking me one?
Holy shit, you two are made for each other. You're so awkward.
hey, you take that back.
I'm sorry. It's just too perfect.
Stop it. I'm going to marry her. Show some respect, would you? Man, nothing matters to you anymore, does it? Doesn't matter that you're drinking right in front of him, that you constantly hurt people's feelings, that God is the computer room.
Man, get over it, bro. That's not God.
What have you done?
I haven't done anything to anyone. He is responsible for his own thoughts.
No, he isn't. He's too young to.
Get off. I'm 28, bro.
And still as dense as...
Hey, watch it.
I mean, you watch it. What happened to you? God, I used to love you.
Used to?
I mean, I still do, but I used to look up to you.
And now you look down on me.
Well, I mean...
Say it. Say what you feel.
I don't know. You've changed.
You've changed.
No, you have. And I mean, remember how it used to be? It was you and me against the world.
I know. And you were my favorite thing in that world.
Really?
What else? When I found out I was going to have a little brother, it was all I could think about. I couldn't wait to show you the big wide world. Soon as you were sitting, I was in your face with the atlas. Remember? Who taught you the continents of the world?
You did.
The names of the oceans?
You,
Seasons in the year, planets in our solar system, words in a book, for fuck's sake.
you did, sis. It was you.
Damn right it was me. I put everything I had into you. Held your hand through the bars of your crib during thunderstorms. Protected you from bullies.
So?
The fuck you mean so?
So, yes, all of it. But then what happened?
You tell me. We grew up and you started backing away.
It isn't that simple.
No?
Right after you came out, things got tense. The fights between you and mom, the nights you just disappear. It was like the air had actually become solid. Your thing oppressed all of us.
Well, that's incredibly hurtful. My thing?
It's not meant to be. It's just, where were we? Honestly, I tried to be your crutch. You used to shut the door to my room and pour out your soul to me. I listened as hard as I could to what you were going through. The hurt, the rejection. I was bleeding inside for you. But somehow that wasn't enough. You started pulling out of the community, out of the faith, away from God. The worst thing you could have done.
Bullshit.
No, it was.
Why?
Because I couldn't follow you. None of us could. You rejected him, and maybe you didn't know it, but you were really just rejecting us. You isolated yourself from us, from your family, and for what? Growing pains?
Do not diminish me like that. You have no idea.
You have no idea, and you diminished me constantly. God, you know how lonely it is to be me and come up in this family surrounded by such an unbearably needy personality, divas and drama queens. You make me boring, and I'm not. I had to work hard to make a place for myself. You were mom's favorite, and he was dad's, which left me with nothing. Zilch. Zero. Two of you can make any number of mistakes. Me, I had to be perfect to be loved. So I committed to it. Model student, dutified son, in bed by 10 and up by 6, upholder of the faith, doer of everything, right? And I wasn't about to throw it all away to follow you into godlessness and out of your purpose when you just selfishly decided to go AWOL. How lavish of you. What luxury.
There is nothing luxurious about my life, little brother. Mind your fucking language. Yeah, you did all right. Good grades, nice job, and this little knick-knack.
Hey, don't call me.
She
You're
is not.
a toy. His prize turkey. That's how he treats you anyway, because he doesn't have enough confidence to prop himself up. He uses you like a funhouse mirror to bend himself into a shape that he just is not. Doer of everything right? You're not perfect, okay?
True. But at least I'm not a colossal fuck up like you.
Bro, come on.
Sure, I'm a fuck up. But at least I'm not a fraud.
Take it.
Mean.
Explain yourself.
A man of God and a miser. What's to explain? You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. And just because you're clueless around money doesn't make me a miser. It just makes you stupid.
You guys, this is really getting at.
Okay, number one, fuck you. Number two, you're a total tightwad, and here's proof. Riddle me this. How'd you get here?
What?
You heard me. I got here hopping rails.
Shit.
How'd you get here?
Lift.
Wouldn't you and your lady love have been more comfortable in a travel pod?
Yeah. What's your point? That because I have the money to hire a teapot, I should have? Sorry, but that is exactly the kind of thinking that has left you riding rails. So, yeah.
Nope. You're the reason, you fake ass tightwad.
Me.
Shall I explain?
Please.
Hey then, let's begin.
Goody. We're about to get a lesson from a dropout. Oh,
Don't
great.
be cool. Be attentive. See, people like you who can't seem to part with a penny are stocking up on all human opportunity on bank servers. A poor child's first taste of ice cream is rotting in a circuit somewhere, praying for you to put it to use. You're a collector of people's hopes and dreams. You boil them down to digits and squirrel them away for rainy days while the rest of us get soaked. Could you imagine the Supreme Apostle being that shitty? Show me the story where the one Messiah is like, fuck you, Jack, I have a savings goal. How's that square with your faith when every scriptural example of a pious person is also a poor one? Or does your God prefer dimes to equity?
You need to quit being glib. What are you saying, that God prefers us to live in squalor? That's insane. He wants us to be happy.
And what's happiness, McDuck, the daily money swim?
Hey, DuckTales.
Show.
Very funny. Okay, like so what's your expert financial advice? Spend it all and end up a holier than the hobo like yourself? God, I mean, you people.
You people?
Yes, artists. Vomiting idealism all over the place. Like, you're the only one with a conscience. You're such a fucking cliche. You refuse to live in the real world where bills matter and insurance is a thing and competitive pervades all. Always expecting your fellow man to look after you because you never learned to do it for yourself because you know algebra was too boring. But movie day, that was fun. You're an oversized baby, and it's not cute anymore. It's pathetic.
What do you know about babies?
What?
Babies. What do you know about them? Ever had one?
No, I just.
No, you haven't, have you?
Sorry, sis. I wasn't.
Save your fucking sympathy. I was just saying there's nothing pathetic about a baby.
There is when the baby's pushing 40. So.
A baby pushing. That's not pathetic. It's beautiful. But you know what is pathetic? Tragic even? A beautiful, innocent baby like you who grows into a tightwad and a phony who clings to some helpless damsel just to feel the proper man, who has become so self-conscious that he's boring himself and everyone else. A walking absence, a hole. That is pathetic, tragic. You're a wilting, whining, sniveling tragedy.
She sucks the air out of the room. Middle begins to cry a little.
Cut.
They watch him go. A moment. Fiancé sighs, exits after him.
That's how you know so much about railroads. So, do you know,
Never seen his face before in my life. Man, who taught him that? He's using it like it's a Merriam-Webster's word of the day.
you really are merciless.
Like the letdown in the guest room. He was asking for it.
First time anyone's ever called it that.
What?
Guest room.
Well, we've gone long enough without calling things what they are.
Mother backs into the space.
Fraud! Huckster! Man!
Ma, who are you talking to?
I'm praying. Oh, swindler! Oh, bastard! Oh, mighty charlatan, who art slumbering thine slovenly boorish sleep in the kingdom of yon computer room! Oh, brute! Oh, bad hombre! Oh, phallus on high! Why? Sure, laugh all you like. Laugh yourself into oblivion, for that is what waits the godless.
She has turned and noticed them drinking. She gasps dramatically.
In front of your father?
Who art in slumber?
Hollow is thy shame. Give me this day my daily meds.
What?
Oh, don't be so fucking appalled. The gloves are off. Give it here.
She snatches the bottle away from them, pours herself one, and knocks it back professionally.
You.
I have never seen you do that. I didn't know that.
There's a lot you don't know about me. I had a whole life before any of you turned up or out.
Okay, that's fair. Well, welcome to the club.
Please. I'm not a part of your club or anybody's. I am completely alone. Look at him. Still out, snoozing without a care.
Meaning the computer room.
They both are.
Yeah, I guess so. It makes complete sense now. He's just like a man.
He is a man.
No, not your father. Him. Whole world going to pot while he sleeps peacefully, unconcerned, uninvolved. Just like a man.
He is a man.
Baby, give your sister a thump. She's looping.
Oh my God, is that a turn?
Yes, it's a turntable reference, and yes, I'm old. Get over it. You'll be there too before you know it. With an army of distasteful little shits nipping at your face for referencing smartphones when everyone else has moved on to telepathy 2.0, which will be also obsolete before you even learn to use it.
Okay, wow. Sorry.
I'm not on a loop. I'm perfectly cognate, and I'm telling you, he is a man.
And I'm telling you, I know. I've seen his penis more than necessary. And on 3 of those encounters, I paid dearly for the pleasure.
I'm talking about the guest room.
The guest room?
The computer room.
Oh, the computer room. I know, dear. Isn't it awful? My whole adult life, I've had this knowing feeling like she'll understand. She knows what I'm up against, the ultimate mother of everything there is. What's my suffering to hers? So I'll keep my chin up, make gold of the garbage. And then in walked Al Bundy. I should have known better. When in my life did I have a real example of justice? Never. You get pulled in 50 different directions. Make the dinner, make the money, raise the babies, raise my spirits, raise my cock.
Ma.
Raise it yourself, you hear me? Your cock is not my problem.
Testify.
Now I understand. I'm going to the other place. And why? Because of some stupid incident with some fruit. We were hungry and he wasn't doing anything about it, just like you are doing anything about any of us, just like a man.
Wow, you have a really specific worldview.
What else kind of worldview am I supposed to have when I get constantly disrespected and devalued by the likes of you? Of all of you. Who's my advocate, huh? Who validates the blood and sweat I've given? No one. So like everything else, it's up to me. Mother's cross to bear, I guess.
You know, you're not the only one in this family who's been a mother.
True, but I actually raised children.
Fuck, you're cruel.
I didn't say it to hurt you. I said it so you'd know. It doesn't just wreck your body, it wrecks your entirety. And somehow you have to keep yourself whole only to be wrecked again and remade again and then again, wrecked. On and on until you die. And now I've just found out there's no rest in store, only a fiery pit. And suddenly my life makes so much more sense. It's just a training ground.
Unbelievable. Even in this new, somehow sicker, convoluted way, you can't let go, can you?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the guest room.
The computer room?
No, the guest room.
The computer room.
Fuck, Ma, he's a man.
I know!
No, he's just a man.
There is no God!
Ugh.
What did you say?
There is no God? That's what she's trying to say. And I believe her.
You believe her?
Yeah.
Over God?
Kneel and repent.
You. Shut that vile yap up. And you, go to your room.
What?
Yeah, go rev up the car bed, bro.
Go to your room.
Are you? I'm 28, Ma.
Wear it like a merit badge, but you haven't learned a thing, Cub Scout. Go to your room.
What is going on?
You're the looker, not the thinker. Don't you see?
See what? That you think you can send a grown man to his room?
Not a man, a pawn.
Excuse me?
Using you like a pawn to get at me.
Is that true, sis? Am I a strategy in some kind of
Please.
holy war between the two of you?
Little man, look.
Don't call me that. I'm not your little man. And I'm not your baby. I can think for myself. And I don't need either of you clouding my judgment. You couple of psychopaths.
Youngest grabs the liquor bottle and heads towards the front door.
Wait, where are you going?
Out into the desert night with this bottle where there's air.
I told you. Lush.
Fuck off.
Mother faces eldest. Only in our heads, cue the theme of the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You. Go ahead.
No, after you.
I insist.
Elders first.
Very well. Ingrate.
Martyr.
Quitter.
Narcissist.
Snake.
Shark.
Draw. Calamity.
Hyperbole.
Insurgent.
Zealot.
Know it all.
We'll check.
Granted. Snob.
Good one. Braggart.
Nice. Draw. Infidel.
Chauvinist. Ignoramus.
Failure. That game.
Looks like.
Good. Because I'm through toying around.
But are you ever really?
You were given everything. Everything. More than the two of them.
Don't remind me.
Combined. Your clothes made custom from London. Your toys imported from Germany. Your first birthday at the Hilton. They didn't get that. They didn't get any of it.
You're right, Ma. They didn't. But you know what else they didn't get? Your impossibly high expectations.
That's not true. I expect a lot from all of you.
But the most of me. Be honest.
It's just not true. All my 3 children.
Oh, come on, Ma.
All right, maybe I did. So what? You were gifted, special, graced by God. You had to be measured by different standards.
Measured by? What, like the metric system? I'm a person, Ma, not an experiment.
Not what I meant, and you know it. God, you're always skewering people over meaningless details.
Words mean something. You chose them. It's not meaningless details. It's the way you see me.
Why don't you tell me how that is? You know, since you're so expert at knowing more about people than they know about themselves. Go ahead.
I was your second chance. That's what. A way to live the life you always wanted before you had to settle. You prayed to God. You said it 100 times. You prayed to God for a girl. Why? Pretty dresses and heart-to-hearts? Fuck no. You wanted another you. No wonder you thought God was a woman. It's because you were playing God. You tried to make me your image, but all you did was smother me. Shit, maybe if I'd be born a man, I'd have escaped this house without being smothered.
Now that is bullshit. I smothered you all alike, each in the way you needed. That's what mothering is. It's 90% smothering and 10% guilt trips, and I am damn good at my job.
Thus there is.
Oh, very cute, Peanut. See, you can't appreciate it because you've never had to do without it. And whatever your gripes, it beats the alternative. So yeah, you bet. I've successfully drowned all 3 of you in unconditional motherly love.
Motherly love or motherly ego?
Where in the actual fuck do you get off?
Why do you move out here? Why did you?
What?
Why did you move out here? Be honest.
You know exactly why. My hands were...
I said, be honest. Don't tell me it was your arthritis. What a load. I know you hate this place. Middle of nowhere, away from your friends, your community. I know it. It wasn't your hands, Ma. It was your shame. Well?
I'm still here, aren't I? If you decided right now to drop all your resentments and come to me, I would wrap you in my arms and smother your hurt to silence, I would.
Well, that's swell. But I don't much want your embrace at the moment.
Never wanted it. You always run from me, but whatever you do, I'll always be...
Oh, who cares? No one. No one cares about the finest Bordeaux in the cellar when it's water they're craving. I don't want to be loved despite who I am. I want to be loved because of who I am. I mean, I'm your daughter, Ma. Forget him.
Is that what this is then? Are you asking me to choose between you and him?
Yes, no, I don't know, maybe. Shit, Ma. I've spent my whole life in the shadow of your belief, shivering in anticipation of a sign. Not from God, from you. And I just need to know once and for all if your firstborn, the daughter you prayed for, do I mean more to you than that? Ouch.
I have never meant to hurt you.
I know, Mom.
Can't we just start over somehow?
We can't, and it wouldn't help, Ma. You'd still be you, and I'd always be me.
Oh, baby.
Always gay, always atheist, always me.
Please don't say that.
Which part, Ma? That I'm a dyke?
Don't.
A rug muncher, muff diver?
Stop.
Already, just warming up here. What else can we throw in? Let's see.
Baby, please.
Oh, I'm an artist. That's gotta hurt. Poor derelict. I can't brag about that to your friends.
I'm begging you.
I am begging you, Ma. I am begging you. Tell me why I am second to the divine gas bag.
No, not in my house, you don't.
Yes, I do, Ma. Yes, I do. This is my house too. So what is it? That's so...
It's everything, all right? Everything. All I've ever tried to do was love you, and everything you've ever done has been a rejection of me, of my life's work. Can't you see how it hurts me to see you hurting? And yet here you are, almost 40, and still rejecting love, rejecting hope and faith.
Just by being me. You think I chose this, Ma? That I chose to be gay just to gall you? To reject God just to watch you burn? This isn't a choice. This is my body and mind. This is me.
Baby, if you just listen to...
To what? Another list of missed hopes and dashed dreams? I have them too, you know.
I know.
You don't know. How could you? Your children are alive, Ma. I gave birth to a corpse. I didn't get a chance to fuck him up the way you fucked me up. But hey, here's something you can take to print. That was the closest I've ever come to believing. Yep. I was down, Ma, deep. So I swallowed up. I fucking screamed out for the faith you have. So I could have somewhere to put the hatred. An enemy to curse. A divine dog whose nose I could rub into the mess he'd made. So hey, you want to call me a failure? Fine. But that isn't game. Not yet. Because the heart of the matter is, you can't accept me. Flesh of your flesh, unless I accept the sleeping stranger in your computer room. and that makes you a failure. Draw.
Eldest exits down the hallway to her room. Mother sits and stares out. Then she turns to father.
Thanks for the assist, Papa Bear.
Sits next to him.
Somehow, you've always got the right words. At just the right time. Why is it always up to me?
Fiancé appears at mouth of hallway unseen by mother. She begins a careful cross to the dining table.
You're like a flower. Delicate and brief, everyone on pins and needles hoping you'll arrive. And when they finally do, they smile. And you get all the credit.
Fiancé successfully reaches dining table, sits soundlessly, and begins eating leftovers with caution.
But if they'd once looked downward, they'd find me. In roots and dirt, dung and dung beetles, single-handedly willing you up out of the earth so your face can feel the sun. I am all that, and no one knows or cares. But they oughta. Because if you decide one day you'd rather not show, what's the loss of one flower in a field? But lose the field, the earth itself, and boom, catastrophe.
Mother takes his hand, interlacing fingers, strokes him gently. Fiancé, on the other hand, is eyeing a crispy breadstick. She picks it up, wondering if she can get away with it. Brings it softly to her lips.
Hey, I remember when we were just...
Fiancé crunches into the breadstick. Mother starts a bit. Fiancé freezes, then chews once. It is loud. Mother turns to her. Fiancé gives a sheepish lick, another chew, and slowly another one. Mother staring. Fiancé picks up pace and begins crunching. When she feels the bite is prepared, audibly, visibly, she swallows.
I'm sorry, did I disturb you? Sorry, go on, I'm done. Seriously, I'm sorry, please pick up where you left off. Let's see, it was, I remember when we were just...
Stop where I left off?
Yeah, I won't do it again.
Oh, good to know, dearie. Hey, sorry my phone rang during the show, but now it really is off. So go ahead, pick up your monologue where you left it. We're all dying to hear the rest.
I don't know what that means. Is that from like a movie or?
No, like when you go to the theater and never mind.
Oh, I've never been before. It's before my time.
Before your time? Are you nuts? People still go to the theater.
Not anymore. I mean, not if they're under 80, so like, before my time.
Where did he find you?
Northwestern.
Forget it. I gotta clean this mess up before I lose my mind.
Yeah, I know what you mean. In the same way, I can't rest until everything.
Eat another breadstick, dearie.
She exits hands full into kitchen, Fiancé alone, father asleep. She looks around, bored, notices radio, crosses to it, investigates, toying with knobs until it comes on and warms up slowly.
A cataclysm to extinguish humankind. Oh, well, you've got to go with the name Apophis. You got to go with the name Apophis. That's right. Apophis 1, humanity 0.
She found the turning knob and tunes it away from the station. Some static. We hear a crackly song. As she turns it closer, the frequency of the song comes full and warm. Isfahan by Duke Ellington. She stands listening for a moment, begins to sway. She closes her eyes, moves through the space a little. Youngest enters from the front door quietly. The bottle has lost a significant amount of scotch. If you can't see it there, you can tell in his eyes. He watches. He doesn't see. She doesn't see. Her eyes closed. She begins to dance, carefully at first, as if in first gear. Then she downshift. Her dancing gets freer. She is now her secret self. He stands watching. She spins away. Pretty good. She spins in the other way, right into him.
Oh.
He is motionless. She is too. Staring into his eyes a moment. She slowly draws her face near his. She doesn't move. She kisses him tenderly. He lets her. They are as in stone. Eldest and mother, with cleaner and a roll of paper towels, enter simultaneously from where they respectively exited. They both gasp. The mother drops the cleaner and paper towel roll. Fiancé breaks away in horror. Youngest stands there, flaccid. The paper towel roll has unfurled onto the space.
Sorry. I
She runs past Eldest into the hallway. The triangle on stage holds its shape, while the song concludes its final notes. Applause from the radio. Eldest crosses over to it and shuts it off. A moment.
What did I just see?
I don't know, sis. I don't know anything.
Middle and Fiancé enter from the hallway. Fiancé headed for the front door with bag, Middle in pursuit.
Wait,
I can't.
sweetie, just wait.
No. I have to.
No, you don't. What do you mean you have?
Yes, I do. Okay, I really do. I have to.
Stop saying that.
I have to go.
Why?
I
Why? Why do you have to go?
I just
Now in the middle of the night?
I just do. Okay, why can't you just respect my
Respect you.
wishes?
Because you're my fiance. We're supposed to.
So
What? What do you mean so?
so I'm your fiance. So does that mean you own me?
Look it, she's making some sense.
Don't interrupt us, please.
Hey, boss.
Look, sweetie, we're supposed to be.
I know.
Huh? We're supposed to be married
I know.
in 3 weeks.
I know.
What, 3 weeks?
Were you just like that?
Were you planning on inviting us?
Yeah, or were we
Were we just gonna read about it in some social media status update?
status update? Yeah.
Of course. I was going to invite you. What do you think I am? I would.
Ooh, I get it now. If you sent the invitations just late enough,
What?
maybe we just wouldn't be able to make it. And then
No.
we'd have to spend the extra money on.
Shut up, okay? Shut up. Not everything is about you, all right? Right now, I'm trying to deal with this thing.
What?
Huh? No, I didn't mean it like that.
Uh-huh.
Look, sweetheart, we are supposed to be
Were.
What?
You said are. We were supposed to be married in 3 weeks.
So, is this?
I can't. I can't. I can't go through with it. It's
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
this is happening to me too. I'm not just watching it in some movie,
I know.
some theater somewhere, okay?
Okay, then if it sucks for you too, why are you?
Please don't ask me why. Okay?
What? What am I supposed to ask? Why?
Just please don't. Okay?
I mean, am I not entitled to some?
You're not entitled to anything, bro. Just let her go. She doesn't fit. She's not.
Enough with this. You have done nothing but mean and rude to her from the moment you met her. To what is some kind of proxy war with me?
Oh,
Well, I'm not gonna deal with it.
proxy war. You're such fucking men. I'm not warring. I'm trying to help. She deserves a chance at something else.
Are you saying I'm not good enough for her?
Of course, I'm not saying you're not. Fuck, you are such an egomaniac.
Stop. Stop it.
I'm-
Please. It's not about any of you. I made every decision that led me here. I'm not leaving angry or with a grudge. I'm thankful to each of you for everything you've taught me about you, about myself. You're right. I'd never cut it in this family. I don't fit. I came up differently. Your house is hot sauce. Mine was wheat toast. Not a thrill, but I got the nourishment I needed. Maybe more. No, definitely more. I was handled like a doll. It's why you felt so comfortable to me. And maybe I need you, but you're not what I want. I want to live. To finally make love. Find out what I'm made of. I want passion, not comfort. So if...
Crunch. Mother pointedly munches on a breadstick. Fiancé looks. Mother raises her eyebrows.
Fair enough. Sorry if I caused anyone any trouble. I'm sorry.
Wait, how are you gonna?
That's no longer your business. It's mine, and I'll figure it out.
Fiancé leaves the house and the play.
You
Middle turns ominously to Eldest.
you did this.
Brother, she didn't.
She didn't want you, bro. That's all.
That's a lie.
No, it's just what it is. Doesn't mean you're not worthy.
It is a lie, and you are unimaginably cruel.
Brother, seriously, I have to.
I mean, when will you be satisfied, hon? When my life has gone as far off the rails as yours? Do you know how hard I've worked on myself to make myself good enough for a woman like that?
You are good enough for any woman.
No. You don't. This is vintage you. Cut me down and then build me back up so I get dependent on your approval. So I keep coming back so that you don't have to be alone in your fucking misery. Well, I'm not responsible for your misery, okay? You did it to yourself. No, not mom, not dad, not me, and certainly not God. You. Oh, an atheist. I'm an atheist. You only run away from yourself. You think everything about you is bigger than any of us. Your pain, your opinion, your whole entire fucking life. You think you're smarter, wittier, just plain better. But in reality, you're just a smug.
Don't.
Sanctionismus.
Don't, bro.
Superior. Judgmental.
I'm warning you.
Icy.
Okay.
Fucking
He
cunt.
slaps him hard. Everyone's stunned.
I told you not to.
You fucking...
She slaps him again.
You are done with that word, okay?
Hard slap. He's beginning to angry cry.
Say again, motherfucker.
Cut.
Slap. He takes a deep breath.
Cut.
She winds back and decks him hard in the face. He goes reeling.
There's your justice, Ma.
Middle lets out an anguished scream and charges Eldest, tackles her, engages her in a mortal combat.
Stop!
Youngest jumps into the fray, trying to pull Middle off his sister. It is getting messy.
Stop it! My baby, stop!
It is a full-out brawl. Mother runs to the mouth of the hallway, calls down it.
God! Help us! Do something! Save us! Work a miracle! Use your thunderbolt! Send us a rainbow! Do something!
Youngest disengages Middle from Eldest, who rolls over, wounded and exhausted, on her back.
God! Oh my God! Save us! Save this family!
Youngest is now on top of Middle, pummeling him. Punch after punch, Mother runs to pull youngest off. He shrugs her away. She reels into father, still asleep. Mother gets in his face.
Do something! Why don't you? Once in your life, wake up and do something!
Mother begins accosting him, trying desperately to wake him up.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
The conflict reaches peak intensity. Eventually they stop, the whole room in consummate exhaustion. Everyone on the floor panting. Father sleeps on. Mother lets out a final attempt at a prayer.
Oh God, please, wake up.
Slowly, father wakes up, looks about.
Huh? What'd I miss?
A beat, blackout. Sunday, 15th, April 2029, tax day. Same setting, harsh desert daylight rushes in through the picture window, at which Eldest is seated looking out. Mother at the dining table where we first discovered her, hands folded in her lap, staring blankly into the house. Mother on couch, head in hands. Youngest on the floor, his back up against a wall. Head tilted back, looking upward. Everyone shows evidence of wear from last night. Father's chair is perhaps conspicuously empty. The clock feels louder than it has ever felt. A long silence. Long enough that we wonder for a moment if anything is going to happen. Finally, the kitchen door swings open as father's butt emerges carefully. He backs into the room and turns his face upon his family. Both hands carry plates. One is piled high with pineapple, the other a mountain of mangoes.
Fruit?
He waits for a response. None comes. No one budges.
Anyone want some fruit?
Nothing. He begins slowly to cross into the room, heading for his chair, making a pit stop at the coffee table to offload his offerings. He takes his time with the following and settles into his chair.
I had forgotten that we had these delivered. Actually, I think the pineapple's from California and the mango's from Pakistan. That's a long way. I know, but I've had mangoes all around the world, really, and the sweetest ones always come from Pakistan. I was saving them all week for Friday night when everyone was going to arrive. But you know, with everything that happened, I totally forgot. And I thought, well, last night after dinner would be the perfect time to, cut some fresh fruit. But of course, I sort of dozed off. Gosh, don't know why, but I just find myself. Anyways, I was in the kitchen just now and noticed them sitting there, and I thought I had better cut them up before they spoil. A couple mangoes had already turned, and the pineapple was, graying in some spots, and so I thought it'd be better to cut them up before. I said that already. Anyway, fruit. Anyone? Honey? Pineapple. Pineapple.
No.
Puts down plate. Truly selects a piece of mango, sucks it into his mouth. For a moment, there is nothing else in the world but a symphony of hard ticks and wet chewing.
Good.
He lets out a slight squeak of a fart. No one registers this, but after a moment, he acknowledges it.
Excuse me.
Youngest sighs. Father turns his head to him, and his gaze lands on the hallway.
Where's is
Gone.
oh my, so soon? When did
Really, Dad. Must have been. I don't know. Anyway, no one's in there now. I checked. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself.
No need, my dear. I believe you. Is there a note or?
No note.
Okay. Did anyone speak with?
No.
Oh, okay. Gosh, did we do something wrong? I hope we didn't give offense.
We didn't, Dad. We didn't do anything wrong or anything right. Just what we've always done. What we can't help but always do. Whoever that was just a person. And someone who got some supper for stopping in.
Think so?
I really do.
There's a story about the Supreme Apostle, the only man who spoke directly to God without the High Archangel. It was said that the Supreme Apostle would go to a cave atop a mountain, and there he would hear God, and God would hear him. They would talk for days, and he would descend after weeks, and the people would see him and grow calm, and he'd tell them what was next for them, where God intended to lead them. One of his flock asked the Supreme Apostle if, when he was in conference with the Almighty, he had ever actually beheld God's face. And the apostle tells him, no. And this man says to him, "Oh, mine apostle, if in all time you ever once beheld God's face, how should you know that is God whom you speak? And if not so, shall we not then be led astray?" And the apostle gave this man his assurance. The man went on his way, secure in the apostle's word. But he had left something behind. He had planted in the apostle's mind a seed of doubt. And on the next journey up the mountain to the cave, the Supreme Apostle nurtured the seed, watered it with the love he bore his flock, showed it sunlight of honest thought, nourished it from the fecund soil of his consciousness, until by the time he reached the cave, his little seed of doubt had matured into a thorny hedge of despair. And God asked him if he was not happy to return. And the Supreme Apostle replied that he was. And God asked him why, then wept. And he said to God, "Lord on high, we have spoken these many years. I have heard you by your benevolence, and you have listened by your grace. And by each time I have descended to the people, I have seen your will done in no one time. And these many years have I made a request to you, but today, Lord, I have one. Grant it to me, and I shall never ask you a thing more." And God asked him to make his request. And the apostle said, "O Maker and Sustainer, O Light of the universe, grant me but a glimpse of your face, but a glimpse, and I shall want for nothing." And the Lord, with great reservation, agreed to grant the apostle's request, under this condition, that he would appear to him, not in his essence, for that meant madness for mortals, but in the shape of a man, to be a guest in his house. And the apostle agreed and thanked his Maker deeply. And he was about to descend. God halted him with a question. "O mine apostle, how shall you recognize me?" And the apostle laughed and assured the Lord that he would know him instantly. And God accepted this and bade him prepare. And he did, taking all his wealth and hiring men to sweep the streets and gutters of the town, to deck them with flowers and purify the air with sandalwood. He flourished his flock with the rich garments, and servants now resembled nobility. And he sent for a great feast to be prepared, cuts of the finest cattle, rare fruits and places exotic, libations in the highest quality. And when all was ready, no stone left unturned. He himself donned a simple garb and waited for his master to arrive. And that day came. The sun crested the mountains, and the Supreme Apostle, seated on his front stoop, waited patiently. Time passed, and no one came. Yet he waited, losing no hope. The sun rose to its full height. Still nothing. In time, the afternoon heat beat down on him, but his devoutness sat and fixed in stone. As twilight grew long, the Supreme Apostle sat still in anticipation, though nothing, nor any one had crossed his path. And then one of his servants came to him with information that a beggar in the alleyway had requested some small sustenance to stave off starving. The servant asked if it was not wise to let the beggar partake of the feast, and for all to finally break bread. And the apostle forbade his servant, reminding him that the feast was prepared expressly for the Lord. But he bade the servant give the beggar as much as he liked of yesterday's leavings, and the servant obeyed. Night fell. It grew cold, and the apostle, waiting, felt his eyes grow heavy.
Father dozes off. The family, except for Mother, exchanges looks.
Oh, seriously?
Pop. Pop. Wake up.
Nothing. Eldest rises and crosses down to Father. She slaps at his face till he rouses.
What?
Finish the story, Dad.
Story?
Yes, you were telling us a story.
I was? Oh, yes, I was, of course. Let me see. Oh, okay. So just when the crow had put the last stone.
That wasn't the story, Dad.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh, well, then what was I saying?
Damn it.
Oh, forget it.
I'll finish it.
She continues from where she stands. Her delivery is more urgent than Father's.
The supreme apostle felt his eyes grow heavy and fell asleep. Woke the next day to a merciless sun and the stench of the festering feast, and in his despair immediately began for the cave on the high mountain, driven only by hurt. When he reached the cave, he said to God, "O Lord on high, I prepared, I purified, I spared no expense nor any shred of faith that I might behold but a glimpse of your face. Yet you have spurned me with your absence. Teach me how I have sinned, and you have broken our bargain. For I know you are just, and so the fault is surely mine." And God said unto him, "My child, verily you have spoken falsely, for that I did appear to you as a beggar in your alley, and you did not receive me, but rather sent your servant to sate me with stale scraps. You assured me in pride that you would know me, and yet you did not. And so your servants who beheld me shall be forever blessed, while you henceforth shall hear my voice nevermore." So the supreme apostle spent his remaining days in repentance to the age of 900 years, until, on passing, the Lord did forgive him and accept him into the everlasting kingdom.
Whoa.
Yeah,
At least I've done this. You tell it beautifully.
nowhere close to you. It needs a beautiful telling to hide the horror it holds.
Or
That there's something out there, bigger than anything imaginable, whose approval we are constantly seeking, and whose wrath we can't help but incur just by being what we are.
Silence. Two of the stage crew enter, minding their own business. They detach the window seat and carry it off stage. Family won't notice now or ever. They gradually clear the house of all of its furnishings.
Well, what are we gonna do?
just keep going, I suppose.
What? No, I mean today. It's our last day together. We should do something.
Sure.
Okay.
They do nothing. Stage crew enters and takes the coffee table away, fruit and all.
Well, Ma,
Hmm?
what do you want to do?
Whatever you like.
Okay. Pop?
I'm okay. This is fine.
Lady cakes.
I don't know.
Bro? Bro?
Leave me alone.
Okay.
You?
Huh?
Something in mind?
No.
Mother rises, goes to window, looks out. Stage crew begins clearing dining table and chairs.
Fruit?
Huh?
Huh?
Fruit.
What does that mean?
Would anyone like some fruit?
What fruit?
We have pineapple from California and mangoes.
What are you talking about?
Fruit!
There is no fruit.
Huh?
There is no fruit.
Oh, so be it.
Youngest begins searching, subtly at first, and then slowly becoming center ring.
There was once a shrewd man who badly wanted a coconut. So he left his home and walked to the coconut seller to get one. The coconut seller had priced the coconuts at $10 apiece. $10, said the man. I'll only pay $5. The coconut seller told the man if he wanted a $5 coconut, he'd better see the wholesaler 2 miles down the road. So the man travels the 2 miles to the wholesaler, who asks $5 for his coconuts. $5, said the man. I'll give you 3. The wholesaler laughed, informing the man if he wanted $3 coconut, he'd have to go 3 miles down the road to the seaside. So the man went, and when he reached the seaside, there was a man under a coconut tree selling his harvest for $3 apiece. $3, said the shrewd man. I won't pay more than $1. The vendor told the man he couldn't sell it for so low, and that if the man wanted, he could climb the tree himself and get a coconut for free. So the man began climbing the tree, and just as he got the coconut, he slipped and fell on the ground and broke his back, having then to spend thousands of dollars to right himself. And all this for a free coconut.
Each crew has now cleared the dining area, and Youngest's search has become a ridiculous dance.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to.
What?
Where is it?
What are you looking for?
I don't know where we put the. Do we lose it?
Well, man, you're getting a bit ooh, okay? What are you trying to find?
Thing, okay? The thing? How could we? Where the fuck?
Youngest rushes to the sideboard, feverishly rifling through drawers and cabinets, examining papers and flinging them out in dissatisfaction. He searches frantically until he is exhausted. Fruitless and panting, he sits on the floor where the dining table used to be.
Fuck. How could we lose the fucking... What happened? 2 days ago, everything was magic. Freaky as fuck, but it was magic. How is it things just disappear?
Stage crew enters, begins removing items off the walls, everything except the clock during the following.
1 second, you've got a thing in your hand like a book or a thing, and then you put it down because something else needs your attention. I don't know, the roast is burning or the doorbell just rang. And when you come back, where is it, huh? Like fucking sock gnomes. Clearly, it's a lie. Another tale we tell ourselves for shits. But let's say you did believe. It would mean that the manufacturer not only made your dryer with all its intricate parts, but created a whole living, breathing universe complete with its own laws of physics and crammed in it, I don't know, behind the door or something, so that a race of tiny elderly folk could have access to hosiery without being detected. Who cares enough, even if they could, to do that? These things are made for money, not for magic. And tell me, please, why the fuck do they want my socks anyway? What's so special about them? And okay, if you're going to do it, why not take both? What are you going to do with one sock? I mean, who are you trying to impress here with your restraint? Fuck, one sock? Wouldn't it be better to steal, I don't know, an S20 or a holo projector or a password, or even, like, why not hang out in the freezer and have some rocky road when no one's looking and slam all the bagel bites and jalapeno poppers if you really had the devil in you? What the fuck are you doing with my socks? With my sock? One sock. What good is it doing anyone? What does it fucking mean? It makes no sense.
You make no sense. Are you freaking out about a missing sock? It'll turn up.
Of course I'm not freaking out about a sock. It's just a what do you call it? A parable.
Then what?
I don't know what to call it. The thing? Apostema.
Apostema, the universal language of revelations, God's tongue.
We all saw it. We all read it. Where is it?
There was nothing on that fucking scrap. I saw it.
There was two.
Was not.
Yeah, there was.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah-huh.
Kids!
It's turned to her, her gaze remains fixed beyond the window.
Look, where is the train? There's no tracks. What is happening? We have to find out what's happening here. Someone turn on the radio.
Yes, Mom.
Step and begin crossing to the mini radio.
Nothing's on it. Everything's on it. Still a remarkable thing.
Little reaches for the radio, clicks it on. It warms up static. He tunes it Up and down, the length of the spectrum, static. He keeps trying for a bit. We sit with the static until, when she's had enough,
Turn it off.
Middle obeys, turning away from the radio. Behind him, the crew clears the sideboard with radio.
Well, what do we do? We got to do something. Should we go out for a bit?
No.
Yeah, probably best to just...
Each crew enters and moves the couch out, in silence and without regard. Only Father's chair and the clock remain.
Anyone remember anything about last night?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Right. Anyone who was awake?
No.
No.
Great.
I do.
Do? What?
You hit me.
I did? Yeah, I guess I did. Why?
Beats me.
Okay.
Is this all of us?
What?
Someone's missing.
I don't think so.
No, someone is definitely missing. I know it.
Who?
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of us.
Anything else you see from that mountain?
Are you sure there's only 5 of us?
Want me to double check for you? Yep, 5. I got 5.
Seemed like there'd be more.
You would think, yeah, but there isn't. This is it.
You are sure?
Okay, everyone, let's count ourselves out loud, like a roll call. You know, so we all participate and get the same result. And that way, no one can doubt it. All right, I'll start. You just jump in when the spirit moves you. Okay, here we go. 1.
2.
I said 1. Okay, people, we all have to pull our weight if we're gonna get somewhere. All right, so here we go. 1.
2.
No, now you can't say your number while I'm saying mine. Otherwise, you will understand any of it. Now let's try again. Okay, 1.
2.
What did I just say? Not at the same time. We have to listen and respond. Okay, listen and
You said when the spirit moves you.
Okay, so clearly the spirit is telling us to duke it out for 2. So why don't we just decide ahead of time who's who? And that way we won't fight over 2. Okay, so 2, who's 2? You 2?
So now we're assigning numbers?
It has come to this, yes.
Okay. So if we're assigning numbers, shouldn't we start with 1? I mean, you just decided on your own with no input from the rest of us that you were 1. Is that fair?
Well, I don't get anything for it. This isn't the Olympics. There's no gold medal or first place. It's just counting out loud.
Well, if it means that little to you, then why are you doing it?
Because some of us need answers and I'm just trying to facilitate arriving at 1.
Fair. See, you just said you were trying to facilitate arriving at 1. You want to be first.
No, not arriving at 1 like the number, arriving at 1 as in an answer.
You can spin it how you like, but I know you're just thinking of you, dear.
How could you say that? This isn't even my idea, Ma.
Of course it's your idea. All I asked if it was...
Oh, my idea.
You know, you didn't look tyrannical about your pride.
Just once again, and
And the rest of us are just...
Oh, fuck. 1.
2.
3.
4.
5.
1.
2.
3.
4.
5.
1.
2.
3.
4.
5.
1.
1,
2,
2, 3,
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
There it is, brother. 5. No more. No less. This is all we are.
Sure.
Fuck! This is insane! Something's gotta give. It can't possibly go on. Something's gotta change. Dad,
Yes, my dear?
tell me something.
Okay, let's see.
Don't think of something. Tell me something.
Yes, dear, I'm trying to think of something to say.
Don't try to think of something to say. I don't want to hear anything wise. I want something true. Tell me something true.
Okay, sometimes in life you may.
No, don't. I don't want your sage advice. I want you. The inside of you. Something human from your life. Your actual life. Something I don't know. A dark secret or a regret. Please.
There was one day when I was a young man, don't remember how old, and on this day I was rather busy. I remembered, not sure that what was on my mind in hindsight. I'm sure it was something important at the time. I remember being so obsessed over it, and we were at breakfast that morning, and my mother was just nagging me about cleaning my room, and when I was going to make my bed, you see, she kept us on a strict schedule so that we would learn to do things in time. And I was always very bad at that. I was always, I don't know, elsewhere, you know? And on this particular morning, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't stand it. I snapped at her and said rather rudely, if it's that important to you, why don't you know? Or why don't you know and go clean it yourself or something like that. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember being, annoyed with her and behaved very rudely to her that day. And I've always regretted it.
What is that it? If that's your deepest, darkest regret, then I'm fucked. We're all fucked.
Mother gives her the eye. Eldest sobers.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, it's just...
Really, it's okay. Fruit?
Dad, there's no fruit.
I know, not yet. I have to go and cut it first. Aren't you hungry? Isn't anyone hungry?
Yeah.
Sure.
Great. I'll go cut some. Look, I know I don't always have the words you need. I know must seem utterly silly, but I love fruit. Can't help it. Always have and always felt that if I love something that much, then sharing with all of you, is in itself an act of love. So anyway, that's me.
Thank you, Dad.
Oh, you're welcome. Now I'm off to go cut some fruit.
Arrives at kitchen door, pauses, lets out a little toot and disappears behind the door. Eldest smiles, looks at youngest, who starts smiling too. He looks at middle and snorts, suppressing a laugh which eldest picks up. Middle starts smiling. Eldest and youngest are laughing louder. Youngest looks to mother. She breaks. Middle is now laughing too. Laughter grows, each person feeding off of each other. Building and building. They are now rolling on the floor laughing like it has become preposterous, unsustainable. Then it crosses a line and the coin flicks. One by one, their laughter turns into tears. It catches like a fire until suddenly everyone is on the floor bawling their eyes out. The manic episode subsides into sniffles. Father reappears at the door with nothing.
There's no fruit in the kitchen. No knives and no fruit. I could have sworn I ordered some fruit. Pineapple, mango, guava, papaya, but well, I don't know these days. I can't, I just sort of, drift from one day into the next, waiting.
A small pause. Then he begins moving at his own pace toward the chair during the following.
But hey, I think I'm almost ready. Yep, just about. I mean, who am I kidding? We all know it. I'm getting near the end, just a little ways to go before I leave it all behind. And it's all right. See, I've been preparing for it all my life. I've known full well there'd come a time that this world and everything in it, that pineapple, those mangoes, this house, even you, my dearly beloved family, are but illusions. I'm a simple man, see? And though I've never shirked responsibility, there's only ever been one thing that has mattered to me. my connection to my maker. And I've studied that connection, tested it, put it through its paces, read scripture, of course, philosophy, even the works of noted atheists, and enjoyed them. I've read it all, considered it all, and then I've meditated since I was a young man. I've risen every morning at 4 a.m. to sit for at least 1 hour in meditation on my maker and his creation. I've gone places in my mind you'll never know. Slowed myself to 4 breaths per hour.
He reaches his chair and stands in front of it.
Yes, I've sat in this very chair, this one, for countless seconds, minutes, hours, over days, months, decades. Sat here and built my connection with my maker, link by link. So strong, so thorough is my bond that few links remain to forge before I am completely unassailably ready to go.
Crew quietly takes the chair away out of sight. Nothing but 5 people and 3 walls and 1 musical clock.
I know that day is coming, and when it comes, you'll find me ready, without doubt.
Father goes and sits in his chair and falls flat on his butt. And what ensues over the next few minutes is a somewhat elaborate lazy to do with an old man desperately trying to pick himself up off the ground, only to fall again by some surprising misfortune or another. It is wildly entertaining, and it goes for an absurd length of time. Until he can't go on, he falls to the floor.
My chair. How will I contemplate the universe now? How will I make sure my connection will hold? I can't get comfortable. I can't ignore my bones any longer. I feel them now grinding.
No,
My
died.
old
Plenty of them.
bones.
Him for a second.
I'm not used to. I can't pass the time without being in my mind. I can't bear it being outside it, exposed.
Maybe they all meant something.
No peace, guilt. What did I do? Did I lose
Died
hope
there as well.
in you?
I wonder if it'll ever be like that with my son. I can't even bear to say his name. It hurts so much, but I don't know. Maybe with time it'll get easier, and maybe eventually he'll die in my mind too. Not because I don't love him, but so I can finally have peace. And then I get guilty when I think that, and I wonder, did I want it somehow? Was it a silent wish and a noble part of me? Did I want to be free of him the moment I felt him inside? Because loving him meant losing him, and losing him meant pain, and pain meant no hope for rest, for peace.
Who has ever celebrated me?
And then I think,
Who has been
I
back of it.
have so little.
I have thought so little about myself. I've done so little work on myself. Maybe it's what I deserve for treating myself,
That
for putting myself last.
What?
Always last.
I taught.
Ever in my worth, and they learned
I
it.
taught myself to forget.
Has
Especially
anyone,
been the last person.
anyone once thought, let me let go of this
Security, and
It's
time
him.
goes to
have because it makes her uncomfortable or scares her, because heck, she might just have an idea of her own that is so outside her nature, outside what she shows to people, to us, that if we knew it, we no longer recognize her.
A beat. Then all except youngest begin examining their bodies through the following.
And they all had bodies like this one.
These
My body.
bones.
Is that what she
Their bones. I can't believe how.
And these,
said?
them, they used to be so.
I never knew.
My body is
I could have, instead of shutting
eyes, my
bones and turning outside, I opened
Back trying desperate.
eyes in the wrong shape. It's just
I don't know. So to
I'm
me,
not in charge of my body. And
wow.
look, I really look at this. There,
outside that window.
Up.
how many years in the school? Let's see.
The flag is
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Now it's
maybe my cock is too small.
well, what else will it do now?
But maybe
On
she.
my arm. Where does it think it's going? Does it actually believe it can escape
I
this law?
I don't know.
Let's say so. Where does it go? How will this skin live without my bones?
Bro. For her.
Twist and
And it can
stretch.
never truly feel her. Make her feel, I don't know, secure, like she'd been taken care of. Was it my feet? They're atrocious. It's true. Why was I born with this body?
This
What
hapless form.
This dime a dozen miracle.
Apropos of nothing.
Stop examining their bodies. Each of them remain in isolation while youngest continues.
What if this was it?
And what if we 5?
1,
2,
3.
4,
We 5 were the last humans left on the planet, and
1 by 1.
we all perished. When the last one of us disappears, when the last human finally vanishes,
Who will be around to remember us?
A silence. One of the stage crew enters and removes the clock. Just walls and people.
who am I talking to?
2.
Tell me it's not
not just me.
A clockless quiet we've never heard. And when it seems like nothing else could possibly happen, the walls of their house fall away, crash. They are fully exposed in the desert. They do not notice at first, then
Shh.
What?
Listen. Do you hear that?
What is it?
where are we?
Nowhere.
What's going on here?
Not one thing.
Hush, you. Baby, go turn on the radio.
There is no radio.
Well, what time is it?
There is no clock.
Well, that's just great, isn't it?
they wander the barren stage in silence. No one knows what to look for, where to begin. Middle stops.
My S20. I wish I still had it. If I hadn't tripped. Stupid and clumsy body. If I hadn't tripped, I could have used it now. Could have found a way out of this place. It had everything. 300 megapixel, ultra depth camera, full 360, hollow capability, everything. And now it's just.
They all come to a stop wherever they are and listen to him weep. Ticking sound heard faintly, but growing gradually louder. They all start to look at one another.
Are you hearing that?
Like a clock, yeah.
Probable.
When clock is unmistakable, the distant sound of a train, which also grows throughout, Mother notices it right away and snaps her head around to where the tracks used to be.
Impossible.
What?
You don't hear that?
Like a train.
Yeah.
But there are no tracks.
Both these sounds have become rather loud, and the desert is bright and dry. Just then, the song, Mother's aria, and the radio interview begin playing at the same time in their ghostly ways. The family cover their ears, cowering. A terrible rumble is in the sky above, space-time itself ripping apart, family terrified.
An ultra rare celestial light show. I like that, a celestial light show. Now, if you're just joining us now, we're talking about Apophis, an asteroid of scientists first observed in 2004.
Look!
Today, Friday the 13th.
Can't be.
Impossible!
Apophis has returned.
But
The
instead,
family instinctively jerks into action. As they do, we enter bullet time. What will ensue can best be described as a physical expression of their final millisecond of existence, expanded by orders of magnitude, so that we can see the many ideas, feelings, experiences that are packed into it. A bit of a dance piece, which should take as much or as little time as it needs. Whatever the particulars, Apophis makes its presence known, by shadow or light or by something else. We see the family reach for one another. We see them as we've never could have without Apophis. We see despair, hope, regret, joy, love, loss, any and all things that made them what they are. They reach through it all toward one another. And then on the brink of arrival, when they are almost won, all tech abruptly cuts. We sit in darkness. And that's the end of the play.
Woo!
Good job, everybody.
Good job.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Huh?
Sorry about the technical difficulties, but
That's all right. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Remember, next week we will be doing Chocolate Therapy by Stephen Hyatt, and that's going to be really awesome. But thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm going to list everyone's names again. Will Potts played Father. Grace Favarro played Eldest. Quin Potter played Youngest. Karis Brizendine played Mother. Brinden Harvey played Middle. Bryce Edwards played Man on the Radio and the program host. And Olivia Billings played Fiancé. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.